Hey guys, it's Tiqqle, and in this rated battleground we're about 1840 MMR and we're doing Arathi Basin. We are the Horde side. I'll be doing a commentary of this RBG. Let me know what you think in the comments and hit the like button if you like these videos. So the build I'm using is Path of Flame so that lava burst will spread my flame shot, giving me more lava burst. For more spread, it's great. Earth grab to do some control of their team, maybe slow them down before they get to the flags, or at least some positioning control for peels. Elemental Fusion, I'm doing Elemental Fusion to give me more procs of Lava Burst, so hopefully I can just be dishing out the meatballs. And Echo of Elements and Ice Fury I think is pretty standard at this point. For the PvP talents, it's what I always use pretty much. Swelling Waves, critical. Sky Fury is great for the entire raid. So we start off and our strategy is send the Rogue to mines. He's going to one-on-one anyone there and hopefully take the flag. If it's a DH, he's kind of in trouble. We're sending one guy to farm to just sit, and then the rest of us are going to BS. We are kind of giving them LM here, but we're expecting that their whole team's going to go up there. So we show up at BS, and the other team is actually here as well. Looks like they split between LM and BS. Unfortunate because they get LM for free. I'm starting to get my Ice Fury out because those Frost Shocks are still doing a lot of damage. And I'm just trying to hit the first thing that's in range before we switch targets to something that works. My battleground target hasn't been working in a few of these rated battlegrounds lately, so you won't see that in this one, so I'm just resorting to targeting people manually. So here we can see the healers in the back when we're starting to put pressure on this Holy Paladin. You can see him start to dip. So you can see the Solar Beam go down, the Earth Fury, and then we just burst him down. I'm not even sure if he honestly used his bubble because we just burned him down so quickly. Again, back into that Solar Beam, those two Druids are pretty pinned, so we're doing a good job at least putting pressure on their DPS. This Tyranny Resto Druid he uses Shadow Meld and then starts tranking. I instantly interrupt that to stop that. He's just here in the center here, and we just are burning them down in BS. Because of their numbers and how many we have, we're able to kind of wipe them out. The only bad thing is, if you see the mini-map, we don't have BS yet, and they do have LM, and we took mines, but we took it a little bit late. So they're going to have two nodes before us, so it's important that we cap this third one and hold it, and then call any incomings from here. So as you can see, we assault the BS, and now we want to rotate out and see if any... We need to balance between mines, farm, BS. And honestly, we could also send one to sneak up to LM. I was taking a peek up there to see if anyone's up there. Usually rogues can try to ninja or at least scout out who's up there. So here in this case, I see that no one's really staying BS, so I try to hold back to see if anyone else is going to sit so that I can leave. So here I can look up at the top and I see a Ret Paladin at LM, but you know I'm an LA Shaman. I can knock them off. I'm pretty excited about that, but the call is to help at mines. So we're kind of figuring out what to do here. You can see a few of us are just running around a little bit near BS, and then we see a few incoming to farm, but everyone else seems to be leaving the base, so I just have to sit. So here I'm looking at the enemy team to see if they have a rogue, which they do, which is important. If I'm flag sitting as an Ellie, I get really nervous because if the rogue will sap me, then and I'm forced to trinket if he starts taking the flag, then I can get blinded and they can just take the node. So usually I'll try to stand far enough away where I can hit him, and he's going to have to spend the time to run between me to get the blind, just so that he has the time to run back, and hopefully that gives me enough time to hit him again. But honestly, I kind of get screwed up by rogues a lot of the times. If anyone has any tips for sitting as Ellie on a flag node, please let me know in the comments below. It would be great to know. So here we're holding 3. I mean, this is all we really need to do for this entire game. On AB, it's all we really need to do. We don't need to be greedy. You can see we're putting we have one person from the mini-map, one person at LM, putting this pressure is kind of nice because it means that they can't go all in on one of the nodes. And if we have one person at one place, I mean, if we can handle a one-on-one, we can take the point. So usually they will send up to, another person to support that node just because they don't want to lose it. And we actually have 2 people at LM pushing them out. Unfortunately, I'm forced to just sit BS, not the most exciting thing, and I might speed this up a little bit to get back to the action. And we do take lumber mill. So now we have 3 nodes. That's all we really need to hold. But we have assaulted LM. It stops their flow of points from that node. And if we get it, we start to 4-cap, and it really starts to snowball from there. And so here you're going to see me get sapped. And like I said, sap, I'm going to have to trinket or he's going to get the channel off. So and then I put a dot on him, but it's not good enough. Dots like that will not stop a channel. That was my mistake. I really should have put the dot in. If I could have put out a elemental, that would have stayed on him, I think. So that's how I could have handled that. Unfortunately, they did assault BS, so we are expecting them to come back in force. So it's important that we start to, or we quickly kill this guy. And as you can see, reinforcements are already starting to stream in. They want their 3rd node. Luckily, we had that assault on LM, so we did take LM. This means that even if we lose BS here, we still have 3 points, which is still the win criteria. So here you can see the rogue's running over and still damaging, but I'm just focusing on this resto druid. Getting the healer down, I think, is much more important. I put an earthquake under him to try to get the knockdowns. There's the RNG working to my favor. But unfortunately their DPS did kill my other friend, so I'm kind of running for cover here and using my swelling waves to get those double heals going. So as you can see, I'm at 1.5 million with some dots, and I'm up now to 2 million, almost to 2.5 million. Now the rogue's back on me. So here we're still putting pressure on the resto druid. If we can get him down, then we can start to rot the rest of the DPS down. As you can see, they don't really have too many people here. They just have 3. But we don't have too many people here as well, so it makes me think that they're still probably mostly at farm. Oh, sorry, at the mines. And as you can see, our huge clump of players there. That's what it makes me think. I accidentally jump off and then start typing, which is probably not the best idea, but I don't take damage because of the gust of wind, so that's a good thing. So as soon as I jump off, I see that their message LM to stealth, and they did assault it right after I left, which is unfortunate. The good thing is we did assault stables right before that, so that's why I'm heading there. I want to secure that instead of fighting 2 stealthies. I find that usually fighting rogues or druids or people that are kind of more elusive, it can be a pain in the ass, and there's a lot of control that they can play and just running around and going back stealth, and that makes it really hard to recap a node. Here we're just wiping the team. They're kind of trickling in one by one at stables. I tried to jump to steal that redrew from the druid, but it didn't work, but it didn't really matter. We did so much damage to him so quickly. So here there's the bubble. And so a DK is coming, and we can see that some of the other teams, some of the other enemy teams seem to be showing up. Here I'm trying to just slow people off. Now, the play is really just hold this as long as possible. It's hard to hold stables because of the res points being so close for where they start. But so my plan here is to, if possible, kill the holy, and otherwise slow the DK, interrupt the mage. So we kill the holy paladin, and now I'm just sitting the mage now. The DKs are hard to really peel for my team. I can put down slows or roots or stuff like that, but as you can see, they start to line up casters on the hill there, so I'm trying to back off a little. And so here we're just, damaging them down. They even have a healer, the resto druid, that just came in, cyclone the moonkin, and then the moonkin just turned and cycloned him. So I'm not sure what that was all about. This is the same tyranny guy that tranked earlier. So here we're just plowing these guys at this point at stables. Our damage seems to be a lot higher than theirs. Our focus is really good. Seems like we're synergizing pretty well. So we're just able to kind of push them down. There's another one down. Those lava burst meatballs going out. Lava bursts have definitely been more fun since 7.1.5, increasing the damage. Using Elemental Fusion and Path of Flame has been really enjoyable. It just increases the damage and makes it very viable to use, especially in battlegrounds where I'm spreading those flame shocks just by hitting with lava burst. So flame shock itself does a pretty good amount of damage just for a 1 dot, and if I'm spreading that, it's good for kind of spreading some damage. It's not a starfall. I mean, I have a balanced druid, and it's definitely not that, but at least it's getting me more procs. I'm able to just dish out those instant casts, which is great for getting the burst on even a healer or something like that, especially with the nerfs to Ice Fury that came out. So here we're focusing that healer, that Tyranny healer. He's running away like a druid does, but you know, we have a guy kind of sticking on him. We have now the enemy team has 2 healers here. Not really very worried. I'm throwing down Earthquake, which interrupts the full moon cast from this Moonkin. He's probably pretty pissed, especially because that's mostly RNG. It seems like the healers from the other team are not really doing that great. As you saw, I just took a Boomkin from like 60% to 0 without any real resistance there. And here we're just fucking up this other guy, this other Holy Paladin. You can see that he doesn't have very many hots on him. Only, you know, he has a regrowth that's already pretty, you know, ticked through, and then a single rejuve. And now he's starting to get heals, but it doesn't even matter at this point with 5 people on him. So while I've been kind of talking, if you look at the mini-map, we did take LM back, but the enemy team did take BS, so we are now 4-capping, which is really putting us ahead in the lead here. It looks like we have about 1 person mines, 1 person LM, 1 person farm, and now the fight is really at stables to just fight them off. So they assault LM, which we don't really care about at this point. We're now about 400 points ahead, and they probably have a lot of people there, which is why Rick Ross said do not go to LM. It's probably not worth it. Right now, just securing these 3 is how we're going to win in not too long. So now we can just hold. So I'm looking at the map to try to understand where people are. This is like this is a really important map for map awareness and who's at the flag and who's covering, and so I just try to keep that in mind, which is why I have the mini map open, or the miniature version of the map open in the bottom right all the time. And it's really important for people to be calling incomings, because they're, you know, if we're fighting here with 5 people on 1 healer, then and they have 5 DPS going to GM like they could be right now, we need to just leave. The healer's not going to take a flag by himself if we have DPS here, and the healer won't kill, you know, 2 DPS. And as you can see, this team is not very organized because we just killed a mage without you know, the 2 healers that were just here didn't really do anything to help him. So here we're fighting this Resto Druid, and he's kind of putting up a fight, going bear form. I'm purging off his hots, just trying to keep them purged. You can see I left a light bloom rejuve, but now I'm kind of pulling those off too. Now he's bear form with no hots. It's going to start to hurt, especially from casting perspective. And here we're just now switching focus to the DPS. I'm trying to turn my camera a little bit to see where that druid is, but I kind of lost sight of him. So, oh, and there he is on the right. But again, so it doesn't seem like the other team has too much synergy. They're not really working together too much. It looks like they're just running around a little YOLO style. So we were definitely the superior team here, which is why we're so far ahead. And now again, see, we just took BS in the middle. We assaulted it, stopped their point flow. Not that it matters at this point. We have 30 points to, 40 points to go, 60 points really. But so it's a pretty good match. I mean, we had a fight in the middle at BS, but because they split between LM and BS, and it didn't seem like they compensated for the middle, we kind of pull ahead and get the W. Yeah, we're calling incomings, but it doesn't really matter. And that's going to be the game, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. This is another RBG. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hit the like button if you like, and I'll see you guys in the next video.